Howdy all, and welcome to Lac's Lives. I'm Lacander, and this is Lac Plays 7 Days to Die. So, this isn't going to be very long. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the game so far. As you can see, it's like day 6, and it's pretty good so far. I don't know that it's too tough, but it is very difficult so far. I have had, I mean, this is alpha stage 1. Well, it's not a true alpha, at least not in my understanding of what an alpha is. Usually an alpha is a really, really early version of a game. So this is like usually an alpha is tested inside a company. Although it's the new thing to call your games alpha releases, and it needs some work, of course. I mean, it's nowhere near its finished product. There's a lot more coming, and I guess I don't have to lay here dead. Although if I stand up, it's still nighttime, and I mean, I don't stand up. I respawn back at my spawn point, which I haven't figured out how to move. I don't even know that's possible in the game yet. I'm probably going to die, so we'll just stand here looking around. So far, oh, hello bunny. So far, game's been pretty good. Graphics are pretty good. I mean, I've seen better, but overall, I'm pretty impressed by the destructible ground. It's a little thicker, of course, than you would see in other games. Buildings are a little thicker, and you know, they look a little funny because they're made out of blocks, basically. The ground you can see in the distance there is made out of blocks, but you know, they've done some interesting things with the angles on the blocks to make them look less cube-like. So I am enjoying that. I have fought off the zombie horde as it as it's clawed its way into the room I was hiding out in. They do break through the walls and things like that. That's pretty cool. They blew up some barrels next to the room I was in and cracked all the walls, so it was easier for them to get in. And then I replaced the bricks that got broken out. And then when I went outside, they had blown a hole in the floor, so they were trapped in the floor. So that made it easy to kill them that time. The inventory system, I'm sure, has got a long ways to go. I'm not sure what the deal is with losing my hotbar items every time I die. I don't know if that's on purpose. It's either weird to me that I lose my hotbar items, or it's weird to me that I don't lose what's in my inventory bag here. You'd think it'd be both, not the hotbar, but you get to keep everything in the bag. Although, you know, I have not got very far in the game, so maybe there are ways to keep what's in your hotbars. The crafting system, I kind of like it. It's really reminiscent of other games similar to this, like Minecraft. But unlike some of the other games, they do give you hints about how to build things. In my second video in the series here, I did talk about how it works. I don't have any white items on my list at the moment. White means you haven't figured it out. Green means you have. Once you've figured it out, then you don't have to put the items in. It'll do it for you when you choose it off the list. I don't know if I like having a list. The list tells you everything that you're capable of building with what's in your inventory. I mean, that's nice to have to figure it out, but I've been used to a lot of games similar to this. Like, well, I mean, the main one's going to be Minecraft, alright? So let's just face it, this is going to get compared to Minecraft. I'm not sure which I like better. Not knowing and having to go to the internet to find the answers, or figure it out myself, or having a hint of the shape of the item and knowing that somewhere in this mess that I call my inventory is the items I need. Being an alpha, there is some issues. I have not figured out how to combine stacks of items, which would be really nice. I'd also like some way to sort my items, which isn't in the... Look, does this say 0? I now have a stack of sticks with 0 in it. What? No, now there's 1. Well, why don't you 1 stick, get in there. I have no idea. I don't know how to combine them. It doesn't work. I don't know how to do it. So that could use a little work yet. You can see I make a sleeping bag. I have no idea how to use it. I'll show you too. I make a sleeping bag, so that was pieces of cloth. And so now I've got the sleeping bag. And I can put it on the ground. But all I can do is press F to pick it up. If I right click on it, nothing. If I punch it, it destroys it. So why can I make a sleeping bag and what does it do? No idea. Why did I just pick up half the sleeping bag? Is this going to put down half a sleeping bag? No. Bam. See? Poof. Gone. So yeah. So there's still a few items that are actually in the game that you can construct that I have no idea how to use them. I don't know if you just can't sit down or what. For those of you that like third person, there is a third person view of the game. I'm personally a first person player, so I haven't really looked at it. There were 4 options for choosing my character. 2 male with different clothing and 2 female with different clothing. I know that more customization is supposed to be coming, so I'm hoping for a full-on character generator where you can change like hairstyles and facial features and things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, in-depth facial feature changes, but it'd be nice to have a few to choose from. Especially since this is going to have multiplayer capabilities in the future. I mean, it currently doesn't, but then I think they're planning that for maybe the next alpha release. Thoughts so far though, it's very difficult. Not I don't know. It's the daytime seems a little too easy to me, and the nighttime seems a little too hard. And I understand the daytime's supposed to be easier because the light slows the zombies down. In fact, I think they take less damage to kill in the daytime too. But at night, man, they run so fast and swarm so hard and take so much damage to take down that I can't survive. And what really is terrible is that I don't know how to switch where I spawn, and so I just keep spawning back to the same place, and I have accidentally led zombie hordes back to this spot and then have to keep respawning and punching the zombies with my bare hand trying to bring them down. So you know, it can be a little frustrating. I mean, I haven't got to the point where I want to throw my controller down in disgust and walk away or anything. I am enjoying it. I'd like to get some tools to figure out what I can do. Like I said, I don't know if you can mine for iron and stuff. In my second video, I did notice there's some iron I-beams in the trash in one of the buildings, and I don't know how to work with that yet. I don't know if it's just a pickaxe or what, but we're getting to daylight now. But it is pretty interesting. The world generation definitely needs a little more work. I know that the original area is supposed to be based off of a real place in Arizona, but I'm pretty sure that the ground doesn't. I mean, we're looking at this map here, which you can zoom in and out of. But you know, these different colors are the actual different colors in the game. And so when you get to this edge, it is a distinct edge between the brown color and the black. And I'd like that blended a little better. But overall, I'm pretty impressed by what I've done so far. I'd like to be able to keep my guns when I die, or at least have them laying there so that I can come back and get them. Like, I don't know, maybe die and and leave a corpse behind that you can loot. Not everything. I mean, everything doesn't have to be there, but I have no guns because I can't keep my hands on them because I get swarmed and killed. It's supposed to be hard, and it is definitely hard. Surviving the swarms in the daytime, very easy. They shamble. They're really slow, and you can just move backwards and punch them in the face and kill them. Although I've killed myself a couple times backing into cactuses. And at night, if you don't put down torches, oh, you can see there's little work needs to be there between daytime, nighttime switchover. That's quite a shudder I got there as it switched from nighttime to daytime. Yeah, I don't know. It plays really smooth. I'd like a little more animation. The animation could be just a little smoother on the attacks. It feels like everything's getting a little too close to me. And when I have weapons that are melee weapons, your guy doesn't really swing with it. They're really short, up-close swings. In fact, let me real quick here. I'll make a club and I can show you. So when I have this and I swing, you can see they're really close to my field of view. And so I just don't think that those are very good animations. They need to be just a little more out there, away from me. I mean, they're not terrible, don't get me wrong. If this is what they're going to look like, this is what they're going to look like. I mean, Minecraft has terrible sword animations, and I still play that game all the time, so it would be nice if it was out there just a little bit more, or, you know, like maybe there was a variation on how I could swing. Like, you see that zombie just died walking on the cactus. See, look, that's a runner, and they no longer run once it gets daytime. You could have gave me something useful, dude. Alright, so those are my... Oh, a building. Building seems pretty good, maybe. It's not as smooth. Well, let's face it, I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't looked anything up. I haven't gone to a wiki. I haven't researched recipes or anything. So I'm basically playing this blind, trying to figure it out on my own, which I'll admit I don't do very often. I mean, who we kidding? I am sitting at a computer. I have access to Google. I can find the answer for almost anything. But building seems to be okay. Trying to figure out the difference between the items and how they connect together can be difficult. You can see I was doing some experimenting. I put down some spikes. Oop, careful. I accidentally killed myself. I had some spikes. Actually, those spikes right here. See these? This used to be spikes. And I tried to jump out the window and land on my own spikes. And it's instant death when you fall on top of the spikes. Which is cool. I didn't know it. This is some sand I picked up. Oh, that's weird. It's changed its shape. It was more of a square block last time I was here. I built these this wood on the doors or the windows. This is boarded window, but I put it on plywood. So I'm still trying to figure out how that stuff fits together. So yeah, I have not built my own shelter yet. Still figuring it out, but overall, my thoughts say pretty awesome game so far, and I'm excited to see when they get more. No NPCs yet, no skill trees, which are supposed to be coming. No levels. I don't have any levels. No XP. No quests. No points of interest, unless that's what these stars are. But I'm not sure what the stars are. I noticed that they're just at the edge of town, and when I tried to get this one, I died from radiation poisoning. This is where I spawn. These little things here on the map, I think are... Maybe that's how you choose where you're going to spawn at. Maybe I'm just not smart enough. This is why you should read the directions before you play a game. We'll see. That might be how to get myself to spawn at the normal place. So yeah, great game so far. Definitely worth my pre-order price. If I'd have known they were going to do the Kickstarter, which was pretty awesome. So the game come out for pre-order, like alpha pre-order, and you get it really cheap for the first 1,000. Well, it was supposed to be 1,000. I think they went more than 1,000. First 1,000 could get it for $15. So that's what I did. I bought it in June, right after I heard about it. It looked awesome. I had to have it. Like I said, didn't have to have it, but you know what I mean. And then one of these times I'm gonna figure out what I can do with aloe. And then right after I bought it, they started the Kickstarter. Well, right after they closed down pre-orders, they started the Kickstarter, and I was a little sad because I didn't want another copy of the game, and I probably would have paid more than $15. I guess I could have done it anyways, but I didn't. But I totally would have done a bigger thing. I didn't want any of the stuff that came in the Kickstarter, really. Well, I don't know. Being the Duke of being the Duke of this city would have been awesome. But who? Oh, here's another wooden chest. Who has $10,000 to waste kickstarting a game just to be? Dude, I did see one dude paid $5,000 to become a zombie in the game. So that's kind of cool. Still nothing I could have afforded. But yeah, if you like Minecraft and maybe a little Minecraft mixed with a little Resident Evil, not the new ones, but the older ones, this is definitely a hunt for your bullets kind of game. You might like this. Check it out. They're going to open back up the alpha pre-orders in a little bit. So those are my first thoughts on 7 Days to Die.